Back to the program. It's still Morning Delights on Lagos Television, the very last segment where we talk time. And this morning we're taking a look at the future of the music industry. Earlier on at the beginning of the program, Romelia said music is life, and without music, everyone is assumed has been dead. Music is a binding force. It brings people together, whether or not you understand the language, but as long as you can listen, as long as you can marry together sounds, you will definitely enjoy music. Because we have a guest in the house, is a friend of the house, is a big brother in journalism, and anytime we bring him here, we know that definitely our horizons will be broadened. Joining as we welcome Biodun Kupoluyi to the studio again this morning. Good morning.
Good morning,
and thank you for being with us on the program.
Thank you.
I know that music is one thing that you have a great love for, and entertainment generally, but we're taking a look at the music aspect of entertainment this morning. A lot of people really do not understand that music itself is a journey. And so when you talk about music, you're talking about yesteryears, today, and of course a peep into the future. And because we know the importance of music, I'm going to crack a little joke here. My cousin got married on Tuesday in South Africa. And they played Omolomo. They played a very old Sonny. And I was just wondering that who punished this boy? Because
that was his genre, it wasn't his decade.
Not at all. But of course he understood what was being said. He understood the beats. But you know that beats and the body language are two different things
not that far.
at all. You know, but then that is the joy of music. You know, it just does a whole lot of good to people. So let's take this journey. If you were to look at what music, the role music has played in years past, and where music is currently now in Nigeria, what has changed in terms of course, looking at lyrics, in terms of beats, in terms of how marketable the kind of music we do now. So let's take a little trip to where we're coming from and where we are now.
Thank you very much. I think music has always been with humanity. You know, music is a language of joy to humanity, irrespective of the color, irrespective of the race. You know, one thing is common, and that is for that we all appreciate good music.
Right.
You know, for us in Nigeria, you know, I will tell you that our music has evolved. It has come to stay, and of course, it has been exportable more than ever. You know, let me tell you one thing that we all grew up to know there's music, and we grew up to know some greats in music, like Ike Dairo, Blamila, Damara Jos, Aruna Shola, Sikiru Aile Barista, Ayla Kolintin, you know, and of course Ayla Mohura, and so on and so forth. We also grew to love the music of King Sunny Ade and Ebenezer Obey. You know, these were great minds in music in Nigeria until we got to the contemporary, where we encountered the likes of Onyeka Onwenu, Obi Onyoha, and of course, you know, Sonny Neji, and so on and so forth. You know, then the new generation, the video, we have. I mean, let me start from the Ofeges down to the Remedies, and so on and so forth. Even these guys in Abuja, you know,
the Star
Plus, you know. So they all had their good time. But one thing that I think that resonates in all these generations is that they all played good music. They played good music because your music, no matter how bad another person thinks it is very good in the ears of another person. But one thing, we have to realize the fact that the world is evolving. You know, the world is evolving. We have to leave our raw elements in music and go into digital.
Wow.
And that is where we are today. And that is where we need to follow the world and follow, you know, the world standard, what is applicable in other climes. We have to leave our rustic studios and then get into, you know, You know, I grew up to know many music studios in Lagos here, and there are no more.
You don't want to know.
You know? So I grew up to know Decca Records. I grew up to know Hyrie Music. I grew up to know a lot of them.
Yes.
You know, even Polygram, way back in Ogun State, Agowe area, Olu area, precisely. You know, so but all that have gone, and now in the corner of your room,
Right.
on that laptop, you can cook good music and then play it to the wall. You know, music has changed from the conception, the moment you think about it, you just write from your bed and then you pick your smartphone and your voice is there, you record it. You know, to production, distribution, and marketing. It has changed. It has really evolved.
It has.
So we really need to follow the trends. You know, last year was a bad year for music. Last year was a
Entertainment
bad year for music because artists barely had concerts, they barely had shows, and of course,
But
you
they
know.
still danced around that.
Oh yes, that's what made what we are in to evolve. You know, in that bad situation, they brought out the
made
best
out
of
of
them.
it.
We will get into that shortly. I'm sure this conversation is going to get into how marketable
Right.
and how they've also devised means to be in your face, whether you like it or not, to listen to the music as against going to the stores to get the CDs and get the plates. It's beautiful to see. But one thing Nigerians would always complain about is content. Talking about lyrics. I'm one of those Nigerians that have issues with lyrics because especially when you know you have young children and you hear something and you're like, huh? Or you've seen this beautiful song, you've listened to this beautiful song, and then you watch the video, you ask yourself, please, what is the correlation between the lyrics and what I'm seeing graphically here? That journey too has been one for us. There are lots of Nigerians would judge not positive, that it's almost like we've left our culture, we've left of those things that made us rustic. However, we're embracing the international scene. Is there a way we can dance around that? Because even those whom we mirror out of Nigeria know when and when not to. How are we going to get that into our consciousness here?
You see, we are trying to be judgy. I can use that word. You know,
It's our culture.
you know, it's a culture. But let me tell you one thing about music. What appeals to you may not appeal to me. Look, okay, you want to tell me that you know, those lead lyrics, that's what we call it. Lead lyrics, they have been with us for long. You know, let me not go too far. Ó tilẹ̀kùn mọ́ mi ò fà mí wọlé. Ó gbé mi wọlé ó tilẹ̀kùn mọ́ mi.
So, I did that explicit. No, I'm just
You know,
saying.
it has always been there.
It has, but
Now,
coded.
Not yet.
Now,
Not coded. Biodun coded.
They were not explicit.
Coded.
No, you see, what you call coded, some people, somebody will know that boy. And I remember when I interviewed the fella's wife, you know, Auntie Remy, you know, she made me to understand. I asked her, what's her best song, favorite song? Among fella's collection, she said she liked Napoy. So what are we talking about? And some people, they hear Napoy, fella, fella, you know, so it's relative.
Right.
You know, so don't let us be judgy.
Right.
You know, there's so many songs that when you listen to it, you know, okay. Now, even the younger generation, they are singing songs that matter, that touches the heart.
Right. Adekule Gold
Yeah,
stands there.
yeah. We cannot have all of them straight.
Most definitely.
We can't have all of them
Most
straight.
definitely.
And you know, the everyone is looking for the market. You know, it's a big struggle. So
Yeah.
you need to do something. Okay, look at it. Okay, we've had all kinds of Fuji cross genre. I would call it cross genre. You know, look at what Small Doctor brought in.
Absolutely.
It was a kind of cross genre from Fuji. You know, and the thing went on fire. I saw his video recently. He was in Egypt. he had his audience. You know,
there is an audience.
There's always an
everything.
audience, yeah. But
There's an
I
audience
think
for everything.
let's come back to what Romele rightly mentioned. So the fact that it's okay, it might be acceptable to others. I mean, this kind of lyrics, while some might find it offensive. Now let's come to a balance where, you know, sometimes when you have parties for children, such music are also played because you can't decipher what a DJ will bring to. So yes, no. So coming back to that now, how should there be? I don't know if it's going to be for parents now to decide if you're coming to play at my party. Then should it be stipulated
like a
that
playlist.
Don't play so and so and so?
You can check. You are the one paying. He who pays the piper, they take the tune.
Right.
You can check the DJ playlist.
Okay.
I don't want this. I don't want that. I don't want this. I want this. That's all.
Okay. So
You know?
so that might just be a way for parents to.
Of course, you can censor.
Right.
You can censor what you want to be played at your parties.
Right.
You know, it's normal.
But I mean, you can do that, but then you can't. Another person's party, what happens?
No,
you just might not be able to.
You see,
so we're talking about acceptability
yeah,
here.
it's all about responsibility now. Okay, when you know children are coming to your party, you know, I bet you the best is to censor what you're going to play to them.
Okay.
You know, but you'll be amazed. I see some videos online, and you see young children dancing to this type of songs.
Because there's no control.
They are innocent. They are just dancing to the beat.
And
They are
not
innocent.
necessarily to the lyrics.
Yeah, you know.
So you're the one to now choose
You see
what
now.
your
So
children
it's for us
should do.
as parents, as elders, to actually make sure we put them on the right path. Oh no, don't listen to that music, don't listen to that.
Because
you know?
also some will say that for the videos, I mean, if you don't allow them watch certain channels, they just might not pick those kind of dance steps. So again, it comes to being responsible here as to what your children
But I'll tell you
watch.
one thing, I don't like censorship. I don't
Even
like
when it comes to children?
No, I don't like it. The most important thing is, how do you raise your children? How do you raise your children?
Isn't censorship part of raising children?
No.
Or you have them
when
to
you
decide
censor
what is
them,
right or wrong.
when you censor them, they get inquisitive. They want to look into it. You are not with them 24 hours.
Sure.
You know, a lot of times I tell my children I'm going to bed, bye, you know, and then till 3 a.m. I just see my son. He'll be on TV.
How old is he?
It's like 40. It's 14.
Okay.
I tell you what, I mean, I've had issues where my kids don't speak Yoruba.
It's close to the system, but then the fact is that they will always go back.
Yeah,
That's a 16-year-old boy.
True.
That's where I'm coming
And
to.
my
because
daughter, they all go back.
They approach me and they start to ask, what does this mean? And then
So it's better you
you're
tell
forced
them.
to ask them,
Where did you see
you
that?
hear that? Because it's always a lyric. You will know it's a song the way they will say it. So where did you hear that? And of course, because I work in the industry, there are lots of them I'm also very conversant with. And I say, please, you need to decide whether you want to listen to that lyrics and where you need to listen to it. And most especially, it's not for you at this time. I think at some point there will be a time where you will not be able to run away from it. But for now, please don't listen.
That's it. Then you forgot that you got them smartphones. And all things pop up.
And these things can be streamed live,
course.
whether we like it or
Of course. That's what we're talking about. That's where music is going now.
Let's talk about it. We're talking collaboration. Did it start today? We've had collaborations since the days of yore. I mean, the likes of even Michael Jackson, Lionel Richie, got all the African beats from some of African music and musicians, Ghanaian musicians, mostly here, Cuban musicians getting their beats from us and vice versa. And today we've seen so many collaborations. I mean, with the likes of Davido, Wizkid, with Just Bieber very recently. Where do you see that going with Nigerian musicians? There was a time there was a lull. There was a period where we didn't see much collaboration, and it was said that music wasn't as developed as to hit the international market, but that has been eroded as we speak. Where do you see the future from where we are now with the kind of artists that we're getting, attracting from across the world?
Yeah, I think in terms of collaborations, okay, inspired by digital platforms or digital equipment, we've not done enough in Nigeria, to be candid. Because I expected a kind of a cross genre. I expected Davido and King Sunny Ade. I expected Wizkid and Ebenezer Obey. And these are great artists and they are getting older. So
and you say a cover, a remix, or full new album?
Anything.
Simi did with Obey.
Anything. Well, that's a good one. But, we need something more. We need more of these. So that, a lot of things are yet to be done in our music industry. Though it's taking good direction,
Right.
but we need to do more. We need to do more collaborations. Fuji and Juju, like was it yesterday? Yeah, I uploaded Wasiu Ayinde, a Yonu Simi inspired song by Yomi Peters. He also called it Yonu Simi, and it's great. I told him it could be better, but it's an attempt. So we need more of this. I expected, given the fact that the world is a global village now, I expected King Sunny Ade and Manu Dibango doing something together. Manu, do yours wherever you are, whether you're in Cameroon or in the United States of America. Then of course, even they can do a video.
Okay.
They can do a video track with that too.
Would you place the one Tiwa did recently with Brandy in that line?
That's lovely too. That's lovely. So we should then we should have more of visual tracks.
All right.
Not only audio. There's so many gadgets now with apps that they can deploy, and then bring out great music. They don't even need to see each other or one another. You just do yours and do mine. Then we serve it to the world. And that is the synergy now. That is what is going on.
Okay.
A lot of foreign artists do that. Then our artists need to also leave their comfort zone and explore and exploit.
What could be the challenge?
Exactly.
Well, it's just because it's not finances. It's just about
Exposure.
being creative.
Okay.
Wow.
Being creative. Don't be comfortable where you are.
Right.
Do more research. You were writing papers in those days. Then we dump it and we move into online TV. even I want to appeal to LTVH too. You need to do more too. You have a big playground there, Blue Roof. What is stopping LTVH doing weekend concerts?
Every time Biodun comes on this platform, he talks about Blue Roof. There's something about you done.
It's like follow.
Come take it. Come see our marketing manager and you'll be yours.
It's like follow.
Collaboration.
Okay, that's fine. I'll go around.
Come in, bring the money. We're not running away from money.
You have a ticket. You have a ticketing box here.
Right.
You can get your tickets and then come in there. It's a good ambience. People can come in there and then do weekend show. LTVH used to be the hub.
Right.
It used to be the hub.
Mr. Tony Lagoke, are you listening?
If you are in the entertainment industry, whether a journalist or an artist, and you're not here 2 or 3 times in a week, then you are missing the deal. You're not cutting any deal.
Okay. You've just mentioned marketing. And so earlier on, we talked about the fact that our music, are they marketable enough? Or cutting across all apps now. We have different apps. Spotify,
YouTube,
Mixer. All of those are artists. Are they harnessing the potentials of those apps enough? Do they even know the enormous challenges, benefits of being on those apps?
Yeah, I'm sure they know, but they have not exploited it.
Okay.
Exploit it enough. Just before yesterday, Rihanna met Thames.
Thames, yes, I saw that video.
That was inspiring to me. In fact, I had good people all over me. So you can imagine, they never met, and both of them were on Whiskey's album. So made in Lagos. I'm sure Rihanna had that song, and that track was. Most of the American artists have done something with that song, from Drake down. I'm talking about, you don't need somebody else. You know the song I'm talking about.
Right.
Yes.
So you can imagine that kind of opportunity is because of these platforms that brought them together, and I'm sure they will do more they will do more. So we need, but let's give it to the guys that open up the market, that space. I want to thank the bank and Don Jazzy retraces that came back home, but then, I've opened up that market, and then, and this is the time to do a lot digitally. It's still talking about marketing. A lot of people don't know what people went through in marketing music in Nigeria, in even creating it. This is a time for us to start doing documentaries. Documentaries, so people will see. We saw a lot of documentaries of American music stars, producers, like Chris Jones, and others, But we need us to. Don Jazzy, has a good history to tell. It's something with Lalu Akins, with something with Becky Jones. We have them, like with something with even the contemporary ones, the ID Kabasa, how he discovered Nice, how he discovered others too. We need to put all this in together.
But one thing is that worries a lot of Nigerians is also image, branding. Have our artists, Nigerian music artists, have they come to that full realization that perception is also key and could also increase and enlarge not only their financial portfolio all over the world, with giants, tech markets seeking them to be their brand ambassadors? Are they in tune that how they are perceived off and on social media can also help them in their music career?
They are aware, but we are scratching the surface. I'm going to be frank with you. Let me tell you one thing. Most of us who actually went into journalism, entertainment reporting, most people are not doing anything now. They have reached their peak. Thank God some of us will branch out, start doing some other things. But they have reached their peak. But let me tell you, the where they're supposed to go is to go into industries as A&R manager. Publicists. But we don't have that capacity here. Every artist is entitled or should have these professionals in his or her team. Lawyer, publicist,
financial advisors, accountants.
Yeah, accountants, we should have all that. But everything goes to the guy's pocket. After his photo shoot with his phone, he puts on his social media handle, and that's all. We need to do more.
Time is fast spent. We need to wrap up now. But before we go, and just still building up on what Romelia asked now, talking about image, we do know that social media has come to stay. But in recent times, now, because you've been in the media for quite a while and you've worked with also a few artists, what should the modality be when artists get called out on social media? Should you go the full hog of, answering back, or just keeping your silent and allow your publicist make a statement on your behalf? Because in recent times, it's been bad news after bad news, being called out, and you also wanting to state your own side of the story, and then it keeps coming back and forth.
But I would say the moment social media came in, I know some people will start developing thick skin. Social media killed journalism, traditional journalism, and of course, most artists see good riddance to journalists or publicists. There are ways we used to do all these things. When something happened to you, it's either you go through your publicist that will now inform a friendly journalist if you want to respond. In those days, they used to respond. You can imagine KSA was to celebrate his birthday yesterday, and then a few days before his wife passed on. And yet the man, in his 75 years old, he came out yesterday. He had a press conference. He knew the importance of that. And he talked to people. But these days, artists, you want to, because you have your social media handle with you, you want to write everything. No. Right. And then sometimes now bring it down. Why?
So there are ways to go about this.
So the best you need a team to do that for you. And they will tell you, no, it's not good for us. Don't let us ignore.
No, it's not everything you respond to.
Exactly.
Just like you could die a natural death.
Yeah, but they feel, what is it? My Instagram is there. My Twitter is there. Right there. No, it doesn't portray you well. There are ways you can go about it. There are ways. I'm still talking about the future of music now. We have many venues now in Lagos, but that's not enough. If you are an owner of venue, you don't just build a venue, get across to an artist.
to make use of your facility. He's still coming back to help.
We're ready. Don't worry. The beautiful
I want
thing,
the best for the industry.
The beautiful thing about always having you on the show is that you open our eyes to things that are yet to be. So it does also show Bimbo and I that we still have some donkey years in the industry. However, how old we get, we can still find a place.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. We'll take you up on the Blue Roof offer, and I'm sure we'll talk about this more after the show. Thank you so much, Mr. Biodun Kupoluyi, entertainment journalist. Always a pleasure to have you here.
Welcome. Thank you.
Okay, viewers, this is the time of the week where you get my widest smile. Thank you so much for being part of the program this week, and we thank you for all your comments, for all your well wishes. We do appreciate you. Without you, there is no us. You're the reason we come here every morning, and thank you so much for being behind, everyone behind the scene. We appreciate you. Thank you. Let's do this again next week. I am Romelia Esangbedo.
You should see what my producer is actually doing.
Actually dancing.
He's dancing. Today is Friday.
All right. Enjoy your weekend. Please, everything in moderation. I am Romelia Esangbedo.
Thank you so much for being a part of the program all week long. God willing, Monday morning 9 a.m. will be another time to join the Morning Delight crew. Stay safe. Enjoy in moderation. The weekend is here. I am Abimbola Bilo. Good morning.